Ugh. Dungeon exploration styles. I'm a Megadungeon kind of guy, and I like them. Make your job as a DM easy. There's a lot of fun you can have with there, and it's got a lot of playability. And that's the key thing, an extreme amount of playability. So when you start a campaign with me, I've already decided that it's 5 to 6 years of playtime. Now, odds are it won't go that long because people fall apart. People get on each other's nerves. Work schedules, reality, all screw with that. I'm trying something new with my coffee and I like it. Got this little frother. So I've been adding monk fruit extract to replace my sugar, which I have such a sweet tooth. I don't miss it as much. I don't miss chocolate. I don't miss my mistress of so many years, Little Debbie. Walked away from her years ago. But little pat of butter, zap it up, a couple of tablespoons of monk fruit extract, and half and half. And it's almost as sweet as what I'm used to, and the butter gives it a different texture, which is kind of I'm dig it. I dig it. But we're switching to what I call a combat engineer approach to Siegecraft for dungeon exploration. For Temple of Elemental Evil, we use in Lamentations, because that's the game I'm in, Lord Mattis's game on Thursdays. And I think I'm on my sixth damn character. It's been a carnal house of if you've played Lamentations, you know. So down to this character, and I'm like, there's some ideas I threw out when I was playing Annabella, which didn't get a lot of traction from the party. We got a new player. He's doubling down on it. My guy's a soldier. We're going to approach it like a soldier. So I can get behind that. I had some ideas. Now I can pick up where I left off with the other character. Because you put people in character A and character B, there's no difference in planning, knowledge, in-game knowledge, player knowledge. It's all blurred together. There's no difference at all. I call it metagaming, or the inability to separate. I have a few players who play the same character over and over and over. I mean, it's the same character. They might as well put a letter at the end, a number at the end, kind of like from that Gamers satirical web series and stuff. But takes all kinds. And so we're making the tank barriers. I forget what the French called it, but basically it's a sharp stake barricade you can carry around. I'm trying to get more caltrips made. We're gonna make door blockers patterned on the dead end things you see at the end of a rail. A block. It's called a stop block, but we're using them for door blockers. We're gonna put a trough on the back, like a ballast, to fill up lots of rubble into it. So the wooden structure is you can carry into the dungeon with like 3 men or so, right? And then you throw it into a door that opens in that direction, and then you just add the weight to it. There ain't no opening that door. And since you can carry it and place it, I believe it would be quieter than attempting to put a crossbar on the door. Now, I know we have some modern things that we kick to the front door and it's just like a big wedge with a back support. I think that would be a stretch to say I invent that in the game because it's more efficient. Yeah, we could have invented that 100 years ago, 200 years ago, but no, it's a fairly modern invention based on how we design doors now, and not a 3-inch thick wooden door in a dungeon. I mean, that's completely different. You comparing your house door to a dungeon door? No, it's dumb. It ain't gonna work. So, next step is once we get caught up, I'm going to start saying we need some battering rams. you got 6 lower level scrubs. Why not give them a battering ram? Just okay, we're opening the door. Breach team up front. You know, the expendables. If there's a trap, they're setting it off. Whoopsie. You know how a lot of you guys treat all your hirelings. Little red shirts. Let's get them killed real quick so we have to pay them. Dirty douchebags. So, yeah. The dungeon is war. That's the concept. It's not new. The Siegecraft option for us is going to be a little more methodical, because we do it as a clear dungeon, and then we get to where we clear the next level, then you have fewer choke points to hold. You have fewer areas to hold, and then you can concentrate power, and then that level is yours. I call it conquering the dungeon, and I allow characters to treat sections of my Megadungeon campaign if they can stock it, defend it, and have people there when they're not there. Then you've conquered that section of dungeon. And most of the other dungeon habits will either A, they consider a threat, mount an attack, or B, leave you alone. We got new neighbors and they're assholes. Any of you guys got asshole neighbors? Are you currently plotting to storm their house? Nope. Trying to compare the mentality that you would have with a dangerous element in your neighborhood to the mentality of a subhuman monster, a creature of chaos. They don't. You're like, okay. Some are too dumb to take the threat seriously. Others are too invested in their own issues, and some don't care. And the ones who do, they'll be aware, they'll be alert. So if you move in, expect to not be able to surprise or bullshit your way past some of the monsters in your dungeon. This is basic DM stuff. I don't get it. A lot of people just go, oh, I'm gonna do, man, figure it out. You'll develop your own style, hopefully, or you'll template it on someone else's. I mean, that's how some people do. They get mentored and they just become a different, like a watered down version of the mentor, or how they were taught, and can't undo it ever. I don't miss my sugar. I don't miss my sugar. So yeah, my fear is it'll bleed over into my campaigns, and I'll get a bunch of stupid shit people trying to throw together and pack stuff in the dungeon, but I don't have to worry about it with some of them because they simply don't want to pay a retainer or a hireling, or they're too cheap to do so, or they couldn't make a reaction roll to save their lives because they made their charisma dump stat, or they've already destroyed their faction. You've destroyed your faction in my game, you got a -2 on reaction rolls, maybe a -3. Just off the top. Wow. I don't know. I don't know why the lower Bailey guards hate you, besides you insulting them to their face every time you see them, going behind their back, over their heads, and trying to get them in trouble. Oh, you've already got them on extra duty, so I don't know why they hate your character. They hate you. And they have a position of authority. They could do a lot worse, but they're lawful and just put up with it. When in fact, if they were neutral or chaotic, they'd done tried to kill you. It is what it is. Gaming design. Wife thinks I'm talking to myself in here. I guess technically I am. My big 34 subscribers. I guess I am technically talking to myself. If you like this content, smash a like, hit the subscribe button. This is a less than normal profanity filled one. I didn't have a foul mouth, so I will always age restrict stuff where I'll drop the F-bomb more than, 2 or 3 times. I don't make content for kids, so this is for grown-ass adults who play a game. Alright. Siegecraft. Resource management. Back to the basics. Dealing with player hijinks. So we've got the basic mechanics of Siegecraft. Now the construction part, building doors and stuff, I guess that could come later. But construction and creation uses more resources. So basic stuff for fieldworks, basically, will be easier to do. Then later on, construction works begin. Because once you got a level of a dungeon, all that useless crap that's in the description that you ignore are now resources. Rubble, timber, ruined furniture, cascarded weapons, that all gets recycled. Warped and rotted wood becomes fuel. Metal bits become recycled metal for armor repair and weapon creation. All those arrowheads, all those broken swords, those are now going to be caltrops, nails, hinges, locks, shot, or arrowheads. Yeah, sieges were like that. They hit the area like a locust, and they turned everything useful into something useful. I want my battering rams capped, the metal cap. Right? Then we'll worry about other stuff. I have other ideas that I don't want to throw out there. You don't want to warn factions. We have a lot of factions in our party. It's ridiculous. But anyway, there's one out there. The dungeon is Siegecraft. Have your players done that? Is that something you want to deal with? Something you thought about? The other big thing is, if you do it a lot, you do it too much, then your opponents can learn, and you're going to turn corridors, and you're going to see barricades. Spiked barricades that you're going to have to climb over now. That weren't there last week. Because monkey see, monkey do. Alright, guys. Have a great day. Game well, game often. Enjoy your coffee, if you're coffee people. If you're a tea person, weirdos.